Morning, campers. Just a first in a series of 5-minute videos, I think, here, where I just discuss things, all things art industry and art studying and things like that, with a little speed paint in the background, just to give you something to look at. And often they're going to just be like 30 to 40 minute speed paints that I've speeded up to about 5 minutes, just to just for something to look at in the background that often describes what I'm going to be talking about. Like, I wanted to start today with just spit paints in general. I think there's a lot of pressure to when you get to a certain stage to art doesn't become fun anymore, and I think the reasons you were painting and you were creating art initially in your career changes by the time you get to a certain, when you get to a certain stage. It changes all the time, but when it gets to a certain stage, you kind of stop enjoying it and stop doing it for fun, and it becomes a job and it becomes work. And I just want to talk about how you can kind of not get out of that, but that the benefits of breaking free of that cycle where every time you start a piece, you have to make sure that you have your 7 to 10 fundamentals of art have to be thought out to a minute degree. And I just want to talk about that, really, that not every piece has to be thought out so much. You can start a piece. You always start with an idea, right? So the piece on screen, for example, started off as a little narrative that I wanted to illustrate. It's just a little boy in a dark room reading a book, and kind of he's so into the book that the magic is coming from the book. Like he's stuck to it. He's enjoying it, and the side story to that would be that it's night. It's night time, and the mum and dad are coming to bed to check on him and make sure he's sleeping and he's in bed. So like the landing light might be on, something like that. And it was just an idea in my head, and it's like you can go through 100 different ways of illustrating something, and not one particularly is right and the other being wrong. But because there are so many filters you go through, what composition do I want to do? Where are my values? What colours do I want to use? What mood is it this piece supposed to bring? But then you can ignore all those and kind of have fun with what you're doing, because there's a lot of pressure on making sure that every piece looks amazing. I think when you get to a stage where every piece is almost a portfolio piece, then there is that pressure of what if this isn't good enough, and do I need to redo the sketch because the sketch fundamentals aren't as strong, and I just want to kind of go over that. We should be doing more spit paints, and if every piece that you do looks better than the last one, then that's great. But I don't really think that you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone if that's the case, because this one on screen is not my best work. It's by far, definitely not my best work. But it's something that was out of my comfort zone, something that I hadn't done all the research for to begin with, something that I just jumped in with colour. I jumped in with a very basic sketch and just an idea, and I wanted that to flow through in my work. And I learned a lot doing this. I learned that I needed to push the background. I needed to create different dynamics with the cupboard on the side, the different metrics there, because I needed to push and pull that because the values were all over the place. And you just do learn a lot when you push yourself out of your comfort zone and you just jump in. You think, oh, I don't know how to do an underwater piece, but I'm just going to jump in and do it and see what I don't know to know what I need to learn. And I think that's important. And don't spend 3 or 4 hours on that piece. only spend 15 minutes, 30 minutes on it, and don't be surprised if it looks bad, because that means you are learning, and it's important to push. You learn the most when you push yourself out of your comfort zone, and that's something I'm going to be doing more of. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!